So the next person I'll introduce is Jake Blickenstaff. And so, yeah, very honored to have Jake here. So one of the things I do when I'm not doing this is I'm on the faculty for the CCIM Institute. So I'm a CCIM member, and that is a commercial investment real estate association. And I got to know Jake through that association, and he is in our Georgia chapter here. He's done all of his coursework to become a member and will be taking his final exam this fall to become a CCIM member. Jake, but that's not why he's here. The reason he's here is he lives in Athens and he knows this market quite well up here, both from the commercial side, but really as well on the residential side. So with that, Jake, take it away.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Technically afternoon. So as Paul alluded to, I do live here in the Athens market. I am a commercial broker, but I started and cut my teeth on the residential space. So Paul gave me the opportunity to be able to share some information with you, which is what we're going to go over today. Now, I will preface this. If you currently have a property listed, if you have a friend that has a property listed and you're like, they've been on the market forever, this doesn't match the data, that's probably going to happen just because this is an average of what's going on across the market. And there's a lot of different variables about why a property may or may not have sold in a specific amount of time. So I usually like just laying the groundwork so that way I'm not getting beat up after the fact. So we're going to be looking at Athens and the Lake Oconee area. So this senior home community is under construction or will be in
Early summer
of this year. So a lot of times families look at selling their primary home to make the transition into a community like this. And so what I'd like to go over today is to prove that not only is there buyer demand, that homes are in fact selling and that pricing is strong and days on market is in fact still favorable. So these are all good indicators if you're either trying to make that decision now or in the near future. Now, everybody knows economic changes can throw things out of whack. So our crystal ball usually doesn't go out past about 30 days, unfortunately. So the two target markets that we're going to look at is Athens, Georgia and Lake Oconee. So here in Athens, we do have a strong local demand, and the healthcare hub is really one of the driving factors for this particular area too. In Lake Oconee, we see a lot more second homeowners and retirees with equity as well. Both of these markets do contribute to senior housing demands and readiness. So here in the Athens market, as you can see, we're looking primarily at the data of homes that are above $750,000 price point. There's 172 that have sold, and this is all data in the last 12 months. So very similarly, whenever you're getting a market valuation on your property, local real estate agents should be looking at data for the last 12 months because that is what an appraiser is also going to be looking at as well to verify if the home is priced appropriately. Median sold price, $967,500. Average days on market about 61. Median days on market about 34. And the average price per square foot that we're seeing is about 284. A lot of different factors can go into that as well. If you have finished basement, significant amount of more square footage compared to the rest of the neighborhood. But usually the sales to list price ratio that we're seeing on average is about 96%. So still pretty good. The best recommendation is always pricing it appropriately on the front end. And you don't ever have to really worry about a lot of price reductions on the back end. So to summarize, homes are selling quickly and pretty much the asking price. Now, as far as the Lake Oconee market, 275 homes have sold over the last 12 months. A little bit higher median sold price, about 1.23 million. Average days on market is going to be a little bit longer, about 74 days. Median days on market's a little extended as well, 51. But you do have a higher average price per square foot, about 359. And still pretty good, about 95% sales to list price ratio. So it does still show that it's active, resilient, and especially under the $2 million price point. So if you happen to be lucky enough to have one of the ones that's above that, only thing I would advise is just to expect a little bit longer of a sales time. So the combined takeaway between this, just to recap, between about 967 to 1.23 million. Median days on market about 34 versus 51, and about 284 for 359 for the sales or average price per square foot. And the buyer type, depending on the area. So here in Athens, more primary or relocation. and Lake Oconee is more second home and retirees. So both of these markets do in fact actually support this transition. And so the implications for this are families have the ability to sell quickly, and you should have confidence to know if this is a decision that you're going to be making here pretty soon, that the market could justify it. So high equity is available to be able to fund the care to make that transition into a community like this. And then market strength equals low transition risk. So that should at least put your minds at ease a little bit. And pipeline is looking to sell in the Lake Oconee area to move up to here. Or if you're already in kind of the Athens market, you get to stay close and be a part of the community as well. And then market supports transition for any of the local area residents. And Athens is pretty well positioned. So there's going to be a lot of growth in this market. I think Paul's going to speak on it as well. With other communities, they're almost at max capacity or significant wait periods. So it's definitely well needed for sure. So is there any questions? I know I kind of went through that a little quickly, but happy to answer anything specific that you guys have.
I'll ask you a question, Jake. So how long, or have you seen velocity increase or decrease as far as new homes coming onto the market?
So primarily here in the Oconee area, a lot of the new constructions coming on the market are higher price point, but there's still such a massive shortage of available homes to demand that and you could continuously build for probably the next 3 to 4 years and barely touch that total demand. So with new resale homes coming on the market, it presents a big opportunity for individuals to be able to get their property sold and people move in or relocate to the area that have the desired financial support.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Jake.